Welcome YouTube to another video on Atlanta to Dallas Aviation. Today I am doing a fleet video. I have not done a fleet video since potentially as late as Memorial Day when I did my military aircraft. And today we're doing Air Jamaica, but as I was looking through my videos, and I'm trying to do this in alphabetical order, and I thought for absolute sure I was on Air Jamaica, and it looks like I was probably actually supposed to be on Air France, and I had done Air Greenland out of sequence just because Air Greenland was a new aircraft that I had unboxed, so I went ahead and made it a fleet video also, since that's the only one I have. So somehow, some way, I skipped over Air France, and part of the reason I skipped over Air France is because it's in my display case, and that display case is packed, so it would be very difficult for me to get those three models out without displacing a whole bunch of other models and then having to put it all back together again. But I promise I will get to Air France. But I already had these out and ready to go, so I'm going to do these. It's focused on Air Jamaica, but there's going to be an extra plane in here, and I will explain why there's an extra plane in here that doesn't say Air Jamaica once I get to it. So anyway, we're going to start off. I'm not going to really do a 360 or anything, but anyway, so here is Air Jamaica. Hey, this is not the very last livery iteration, but I believe it was the second to last. Very colorful, as you can see. This is an A320 with the CFM 56 engines. I don't know what model exactly of engine, but it's basically CFM 56 engines. And as you can probably tell, there's not a ton of detail on here, and you can also probably see how basic, and I mean basic, that the gears are. So and that is because this was one of my earliest models that I got years ago, pretty much when I started collecting. So I started collecting about 98, 99, and so these are actually Dragon Wings. So this is a Dragon Wing model, and Dragon Wings, while they did have some pretty good molds, they were extremely basic. So you're kind of seeing that with this model, especially if you take a look at the gears. And the gears aren't even metal, they're white. So, well, the gear legs, if you will, are white. So, I mean, it's a pretty good model. But it's certainly pretty basic by modern standards. So anyway, that's the Air Jamaica A320. Then we move on to the Air Jamaica A321. How come that doesn't look like it's focused? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now we're focused. I hope the other one was focused, but this one definitely looks like it's focused. So this is again Air Jamaica in the same livery as the A320. This is A321, also with CFM 56 engines. And again, where is my pointer? Okay, well, this isn't the one I've been pointing with, but this, as you can see, white, and it's basically just a stick of plastic. But strangely enough, it almost looks like it has the right angle. It doesn't really have the right angle, I guess, because it usually faces a little bit forward, but they didn't even really get that in there. But again, you know, nicely printed and everything, but just not all that much detail. And I believe Yesterday Airlines would probably say, so it looks like, I want to point this out, it looks like this wing is the same as the wing that's on the 320. Yeah. And those wings aren't supposed to be the same. I don't know what the subtle differences are in those wings, but those wings are not the same. So one of those models got lazy and just used the same wing for probably all three types, even though I don't have a Dragon Wings A319 to show you. But anyway. So there you have it, and Air Jamaica was basically, I believe Air Jamaica was, it was founded in 1968, which I also believe was when they actually started flying, and before they ceased operating in 2015, they actually only had 3 airplanes between about 2010 and 2015, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. But they did operate several different kind of airplanes. Like I said, the 3 that they ended with were 737 800s, but throughout history they operated Airbus A300s, A310s, A319s, A320s like I showed you, A321s like I showed you. They also operated A340s. They leased a Boeing 707 from BOAC. It looks like they leased a couple of those. They operated 727 100s and 200s. They leased a 747 100, supposedly from Aer Lingus. They also operated a leased 757-200 from North American Airlines. They leased a 767 at one time, 767-300 from Citybird. They operated a DC-821 from Overseas National Airways, DC-843 from Air Canada. And then they had their own DC-851s and 61s, 62H. Not sure the difference in the 61 and the 62H. And then they also operated the old DC-930s along with McDonnell Douglas MD-83s. So that's kind of a rundown of the aircraft that Air Jamaica used to fly. So now I'm going to get to the next one. So this will be a fleet video for this one also, because I only have one, and I probably will only ever have one. So I go ahead and I'm going to throw this one into Air Jamaica. So you say, well, why are you throwing it in with Air Jamaica? Why not just have it by itself, or why not some other airline? Well, so Air Jamaica was bought by Caribbean after several years of having different, I won't say ownership, so to speak, but having several different investors, if you will. And finally, Caribbean Airlines or Caribbean Airlines, however you would like to pronounce that. I believe if I read my history here, Caribbean bought Air Jamaica in, I want to say, 2010. Let's see. Sorry about the. I just want to make sure I got this all correct here. Well, anyway, it was 2010, 2011 or so, and Caribbean operated those three 737s in what was to become Air Jamaica's final livery. And then they stopped flying it as Air Jamaica and just took those assets back and became Caribbean Airlines. And as I understand it, Caribbean Airlines is the largest airline in the Caribbean that's based in the Caribbean. So there you have it. Our single Caribbean 737 MAX 8. That's quite, and I did an unboxing of this one, so you've seen this one in one of my unboxings. So anyway, so that does it for me today. I am supposed to be getting some packages this week, but you may or may not see a video from me until at the earliest Monday of next week. Today is Labor Day, Monday. Here in the States, we are celebrating Labor Day, and but this coming weekend is Cranky Dork Fest. So it's a gathering of people who come together to do plane spotting together, and that's being held in Los Angeles near LAX. So I will be flying out. The festivities kind of start on Friday, but I'm not flying there until Saturday morning, and then I will be staying overnight at the H Hotel, pretty much right there at the airport, and then I will be coming back bright and early Sunday morning. So Atlanta to Dallas Aviation is going to be going Dallas to LA this coming weekend, so I don't know what kind of video I might have for you regarding that trip. But I will have some new airplanes to unbox by that weekend, so I will probably have some sort of video for you by Monday, before the end of Monday of next week. So until then, I hope y'all are enjoying your Labor Day weekend, and I hope you have a great week, and I wish you happy collecting.